What's up, shitheads? Hey. So one of the things I kind of wanted to talk about was parenting. I am not an expert, throwing that out there. My daughter is 6, and I feel like for the first time in my life, I have a little bit of a grasp on things. So I wanted to just kind of, share what I know. Okay, so my daughter, she's very much like me. She, I think, inherited it from me, but which is weird because I wasn't born like a rageful child. I was actually a very sweet kid. And then apparently, after shit happened, that's when I became, rageful. And that just continued on into like now. So, and it's definitely like this physical feeling I get whenever I get angry, and I don't even know where I go, but I almost get like superhuman strength. Like, I was 13, and 13 was a rough year for me. 13, I was so angry once that I was standing by a wall and I was barefoot, and I was so angry and just tired of all of it, and I kicked my foot through the wall with my bare foot, and I made a huge hole. And it was not like some, like, yeah, it was like a tough wall too. And I remember like people were just like, "You were barefoot?" They just they didn't believe that like I did that by myself barefoot, just with the pure fucking rage. And it didn't even hurt. It didn't even hurt afterwards too. And there's just other things like that too. Like, I will black out, and honestly, I am aware of what I'm capable of. So I'm very much aware, and always I'm always trying to direct where I send that energy now, or how to transmute that energy into something I can feel at peace with. And so anyways, I digress. My daughter has the same kind of rage. And it's I see it though, like, she will lock up. But I also was a yeller. I was a yeller for sure. Which I hate, but I did. I yelled a lot, and I still slip up sometimes, but I just kind of recognize that I'm yelling. And if you actually, when you're yelling at your kids, take a second and ask yourself, does this matter to you, for real matter to you? Not just because you think it should matter. It's one of those things that you don't care either, but you're just doing it because, I don't know. I don't like that kind of parenting. That was my approach to parenting before. Doing things and punishing my kid for things that I just was like, I guess you have to be yelled at now, or I guess you're gonna have to stand in the corner now. And because what is something that she would do that just didn't, okay, so for instance, when she's throwing a temper tantrum, see, when I was growing up, a temper tantrum was met with like, you were put in your room, you were taught that you couldn't do that. And I felt like it only like exasperated the feeling inside of me. Like, I just felt so unheard, and I was the third child of 4. So I was definitely, I felt invisible. I felt, just like my feelings did not matter at all. I had 2 very dominant siblings. Like, my feelings did not matter. So hold on a second. I know I look really trashy when I smoke cigarettes. But anyway, so I was the third child of 4, and so I did feel invisible. And Scarlett, like, she just had a little brother born, and I think she feels kind of invisible right now. A lot of things that I used to do for her, I stopped doing because she's 6 too. I mean, I'm not gonna baby her. I don't have the energy to baby her anymore. You're 6, you need to start dressing yourself, you need to start doing things for yourself, washing the shampoo out of your hair, things like that. the small things. But yeah, but sometimes though, something will happen and I'll yell, and then she locks up. And then I realized I'm yelling really loud, and I'm yelling around people and I don't think she actually did anything to warrant or earn that yelling. And she's locking up right now because she's embarrassed. She doesn't want the attention on her. She's very uncomfortable. She's uncomfortable. And so it doesn't really matter what I say to her when she's in that state. She's in a part of her mind where she is locked and she can not do the emotional processing to get her way out of this situation, right? So what she does is she'll lock up, and then she'll just kind of like get on the ground and go dead fish, and then and then the more you try to fight it and assert your power, the limper she gets and the heavier, and and there's no conflict resolution whatsoever. Everyone's mad at that point, or overwhelmed, or whatever. And so I was just like, that's what I'm teaching my kid, that when things don't work out for you, that everything gets really overwhelming and you can't cope, and instead of maybe somebody helping you and walking you through how to properly emotionally process these emotions, I'm yelling at you. I'm only adding to the feeling that you have right now. Awesome, and that was a real oh shit moment. So instead, like, I'll get on the ground and I will sit there patiently with a wonderful look on my face that is not saying I'm not showing my daughter that I'm so angry that I can't even look at her. Okay, nothing she does warrants that yet. She's 6 though, so I know it's coming. But no, I want her to be somebody who can come to me and be like, mom will be able to help me with this. Mom will know the answer, And so I was like, well, to be that person, you kind of need to be a person she trusts. And then I realized, I don't know if she has much trust in me. I don't know if she has much trust to open up to me and tell me what's really going on with her, because I might start yelling, I'll take it to a weird level. And so I was just like, you know what? I got on the ground with her and I just started asking her, what does it feel like? And I was like, right now, do you just want everyone to stop? And I'll be quiet too. I'll give it enough time to simmer down. And I'll tell her, do you just not want people looking at you when I'm yelling at you because you're embarrassed? And then you just kind of, because she'll even like try to hide herself, it's very obvious what she's doing. And she said yes. And I was just like, okay, I will try not to do that anymore. And I own things too. When I overreact, just the other day, we were at this zip line thing and there were kids flying everywhere, bodies just, no one cares if anyone's in front of them. And so I'm like, we gotta go fast. So I'm overwhelmed and I'm putting her on the zip line, and she's just like not understanding how she needs to like put her legs around it, and because she's 6 and this actually might be the first time she's ever doing this. And I take things like that for granted. Like, I don't take things like that into consideration. So I am overwhelmed. Now I'm overwhelming her, and this is supposed to be fun, by the way. I just wanted to point that out. We're supposed to be having fun. Like, I'm doing this for her, but it's not, I don't think she's gonna want to do it again. So anyways, I start yelling, and then after that, like, she was just, I could tell she was like hurt, like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Mom? Like, my 6-year-old could, I swear to God, like, these are the thoughts that go through her head. So I was like, well, that sucks. And then I was just like, just say sorry. Who cares? What would be the worst thing that could happen to your kid if you say sorry? Oh, that you're saying you're worthy of an apology? I mess up too? Telling your kid that you are not perfect either? Oh, wow, God, don't do that. So I got down. Anyway, so I got down on her level and I told her, I'm sorry. I said, I overreacted. I was like, and I even made it funny. I was like, there are bodies flying everywhere. Did you see that kid? How much did he weigh? You know, and I was just being funny with her, but I was just like, but honestly, honey, I am sorry. Mommy's trying to work on that. I've become aware of it, and I'm trying to work on it, and you deserve an apology. And I said, can I have a hug? And she gave me a hug. And honestly, like, I've started doing little things like that, and it has improved our relationship a lot. I mean, we still have our moments, but, you know, I feel like we had definitely like this distance, and there was definitely like this coldness, and that's kind of disappearing. So she definitely wants me to stop smoking though, and I should. And so she matters enough for me to stop. So, all right, I'm gonna go. But yeah, it's okay to admit to your kids when you find yourself like, okay, I didn't handle that too well. They need that. They're building beliefs right now. And if you constantly fuck up and then don't own up for fucking up, you're going to tell them that that's their fault. And they're going to believe that. So, yeah. When your kid comes up to you and you're on the phone and they interrupt, maybe instead of screaming at them, just say, hold on just a second. Okay, thank you. You know, that tells them that they're worthy at least of like that, you know. Maybe they're just not, they're fucking kids, man. They don't, oh, mom's on the phone. They realize that after they said it. So chill, take a deep breath. And because what you're telling them is that they're not worth time. They're not worth someone's time. Whether that's a parent or not, they're not worth someone's time. So that's a foundational belief they're going to grow up with. So yeah, own up to your shit, and I think your kids are going to be okay. So I hope. So that's my approach. All right, bye.